All right, thanks for everyone completing this poll. Are you able to see the poll, everyone? Yep, okay, great. I'll give that a minute. All right, so if you're just coming in, we're introducing ourselves in the chat and then completing a quick poll. Why are you here today? Questions. So did your organization just join? Are you a new team member from the organization? If you just want a refresher or a reminder of the benefits, or another reason. All right. Did anyone complete the poll? I don't actually see anyone completing it. Just want to make sure my tech's working.
Yeah, people are completing it.
Oh, okay, so Alex can see the results. So Alex, I'll let you
Yeah.
share whenever you get a chance. For some reason, it's not showing up on my screen, but I'll get started with the presentation itself. Alex, can you let us know, what is it looking like? Are most people here a new organization or a new team member?
Yeah, so it looks like there's a pretty even mix. So
Great.
35% said that their organization just joined. Awesome. 18% said that they're a new team member with the organization. And 47% said that they just want a reminder or a refresher of our benefits.
Awesome. Well, welcome everyone. Let's jump into it. We'll go through it quickly. Then Alex will tell you a little bit about how to get into the community. And then after that, we'll leave some time for questions. So, all right, Nonprofit New York. So let's start with kind of who we are and what we do. We'll talk a little bit about accessing the community and then go through some quick reminders. Also mentioned this is going to be sent out, so don't worry if you're don't try and take notes or anything. We'll send you this PowerPoint as well. So who we are, we're an old organization. We're from 1984. We've been around for a while in New York City. But really what we do is we champion and strengthen nonprofits through capacity building and advocacy. We really do believe that we're stronger together. That's why a lot of our work is based in community building, based on convening. And you can see some of our values here. Equity, we believe that nonprofits play vital and vibrant roles, resilient and responsive. And really that solidarity piece, we're trying to build solidarity across the sector. And the way we do this is through our key areas. So you can see the key areas of nonprofit excellence. You might have heard about these before. If you haven't, I recommend diving in our website. We have these all listed, as well as some of the best practices for each of the key areas. So let's get into what we do. So I'm going to go through some of our different offerings. These are our weekly educational offerings. We have trainings every other week and member office hours in the weeks in between. The trainings are focused on topics that we hear from you that you want to hear about. So you can see some of the ones coming up. We're building positive organizational culture, a foundation of success, and then data and Bloom visualizing impact and outcome. This one's actually something that was in the annual conference, and this was a really popular session that everyone didn't get into. So we are hosting it again. And then we also have member office hours. These are 1 hour virtual Q&A sessions. They're led by experts. And this is just an open forum for coming in, asking questions. We have someone next Thursday coming in to talk about technology. So you can just drop in anytime throughout the hour and ask your questions. It's really, these are small and they're members only. So we usually limit them to about 10 to 15 people per session. We also have some bigger annual learning experiences. So Learning Communities, this is a multi-session program, currently hybrid. It's learning with a cohort of peers through a course of 6 to 8 months. And what we do is we bring together individuals from similar positions and similarly sized organizations. So for instance, we had one cohort that was COOs of large organizations. We had another that was EDs and founders of very small organizations, emerging organizations. And we develop a curriculum really based on the needs of that cohort. So you tell us what we want to learn, and then we build a curriculum based on that. We also do a lot of policy work. This is Chai and Tara, our policy team. So you can access some of these reports online. We have every county, every budget was a demographics report that just recently came out, talking about white overrepresentation in the sector. Not a surprise to anyone, but also a very important topic that we have some good data on now. Discretionary reform, obviously something everyone's working on. We are working on that hard as well. We have different ways to get involved. If you are interested in policy and advocacy, we have our Government Relations Council and Coalition to Advance Nonprofits. So if you are interested in any of that, you can get a hold of Tara T. Ducasel at nonprofitnewyork.org. We also hold member convenings. So we have member socials, borough meetups. We do member socials twice a year and borough meetups in the different boroughs throughout the year. This is a picture from our recent Queens meetup. We have an annual meeting actually coming up soon on May 22nd. The topic for this panel is workforce, nonprofit workforce. So if you're interested in that, if you want to come together, meet a lot of nonprofits and hear some interesting discussion on the nonprofit workforce, definitely recommend signing up for that. And then, of course, our annual conference. This is over 300 nonprofit professionals at the full day event at the Ford Foundation. This is really our big event for the year. Of course, we also have member benefits and services. I didn't list them all here, but this is a sampling of some of the different things. You can see discounted job postings on our job board, which has 25,000 plus people who see our stuff, copies of nonprofit reports like the every county across all budgets, the compensation survey. This is actually just coming out next week. So that's heavily discounted for our members. That's something you can get access to as well. And then discounted primary care benefits through our partnership with One Medical, constant contact if you're sending out e-blasts, which you probably are as a nonprofit related to Nonprofit New York, you can get 20%, 30%, or 40% discounts to constant contact. And we're very excited, new HR benefits coming soon. So that's probably coming out over the summer. We're in the midst of a partnership now to get you access to all sorts of employee handbooks, tools, resources, and we'll talk more about that once that's launched. But we also have these member portal resources. So these are always available. This is the community. This is Nonprofit New York's online hub for our members. And we have 4 different parts of the community. We have the Knowledge Center, the Referral Center, the Community Forum, and the Helpline. The helpline is always available. Send us an email, give us a call. We'll get back to you and get answers for whatever you need help with. Community Forum is a place where you can interact with your peers, ask questions, similar to any like online hub. We also have Referral Center. This is where our vetted experts are. You can find experts and consultants in all the key areas. And then our Knowledge Center, which has over 400 different resources, including every webinar we've ever done, goes online on the Knowledge Center, and that's access for our members there. So Alex is going to talk a little bit about accessing the community. Sorry. After this, we'll do some Q&A. So I'll pass it over to Alex.
All right, thank you, Darby. And if you could just go to the next slide. All right, so like Darby mentioned, our community is pretty much our central hub for all of our members. There are 4 components to it. And we always recommend that you register for the community. And once you do register for the community, we ask that you share the registration link with your colleagues. As part of your membership with Nonprofit New York, your staff and your board members have access to the community for free. All they would need to do is sign up and they will be able to log in under your organization's membership. There might be training and resources that may not be relevant for your role, but another team within your organization might be able to take advantage of it. And then the last step is sign up for a newsletter, which will go out to your contact list. So you'll receive our newsletters every month, and our newsletters go out to over 20,000 nonprofit professionals. In these newsletters, we share job opportunities, business referrals, and feature one of our members. We also share upcoming training and resources that are available in our community, as well as resources that are available outside of Nonprofit New York. And yeah, if you ever want to be featured in our membership newsletter, you could always reach out to us or sign up directly in the newsletter. Sorry, we can go to the next slide. All right, so in order to access the community, you could go to our homepage, nonprofitnewyork.org, and click the login button. And then once you click login, it will take you to the login page. So if you're joining the community for the first time, the way that your application will be set up is that you would first select your organization. And if your organization is a member of Nonprofit New York, then they would appear in the drop-down list. And then we also ask you to put your job title as well, just so that, we could have it for reference and it's just easier to keep track that way. And then once you click next, you'll then be asked to fill in your first name and last name as well as your email. And then you'll be provided a setup code, which then you would place in the setup code box, and then you would click register. And so yeah, as I mentioned, we asked for your first name, last name, email, and then you would just paste the setup code in the second box on the registration page. And then once you click register, you should be good to go. All right, and then as you see, when it comes time for you to renew your membership with us, we do have the renewal form on our website. And we also do send reminder out as well. We generally start sending out renewal reminders 3 months before your organization's membership is set to expire. But again, you could also renew on your own by going to our website and clicking the renew button, and then the form will appear on our website as well.
Oh, I clicked it.
Oh. So that's also that's also a friendly reminder to know that once we do send out the
Yeah.
slide to all of you, the links are clickable. Yeah, and then just a friendly reminder. So as you may or may not be aware, once you guys filled out the registration form, well, the enrollment or renewal form, you were then asked to complete the organizational health assessment. And this tool is really just to help you get a better sense as to where your organization is and what tools and resources might be of use for you from our Knowledge Center to help you further. And then here is a list of our resources that we share throughout the presentation. All right, so now we're going to open it up to questions. So if anyone has any questions, you could use the raise hand function, or you could drop them in the chat and we will answer them.
Or just come off mute if you want to come off mute too. Right. While people are thinking, I'm just gonna quickly launch another poll. About the community. Let's ask, how many people have actually accessed the community before? Have you been in the community, or is that something people haven't tried before? Once or twice, but it's been a while. Not tried. Yeah, so if you haven't tried, this is really where a lot of our webinars live, a lot of our professional development. If you're coming to us from an HR role, perhaps, or if you're just interested in professional development and learning, we have so many webinars, so many tools, templates, resources on there. It's really a good hub of like, oh, I need this financial forecasting forum. Where can I find that? This might be a good place. You can also reach out via the helpline. Either if you're having trouble getting into the community, or if you're just curious about, hey, do you have anything related to, performance evaluations? And Alex and I can find that for you and send it to you directly as well. So feel free to log in and do that. Feel free to also just reach out if you need anything. And I really do recommend the OHA is a good starting place. That's the OHA is the Organizational Health Assessment. It's long, so you might want to save it and come back to it, but it's a tool that your organization can use to really figure out which of the key areas you need to work on in terms of best practices or areas that you're already strong in that you could perhaps lead in other areas. We also welcome if there is something that you're doing really well in your organization. We want to hear from you in those trainings. We occasionally have our member organizations present if that's something you're interested in as well. There's an RFP and I can send that to you. All right, do we have any questions? Otherwise we can head out. No? All right. If you do want to stay on, Alex and I will stay on for a few more minutes. If you have a question you'd rather ask off recording or out of the group. Otherwise, we'll send out the recording. Great meeting everyone today. Thanks so much and have a fabulous afternoon. And morning, I guess it's still morning. Thanks all.
Thank you, everyone.